I'm Dr. Bobby Hansen. Wealth disparity and minimum wage law are a hotly debated topic and social problem in America today. Today we are going to interview various people affected by these laws and this social problem and see what their opinion is on it, on what should be done about it and how it should change. Before interviewing people on the street, we'd like to list some pros and cons for the minimum wage law argument and see how changing the minimum wage might affect the social problem of wealth disparity. We'd like to educate you before we interview these people so you can come up with an informed decision based on what they have to say and what the facts are in front of us. Some say by increasing workers' take-home pay, families gain both financial security and increased ability to purchase goods and services, thus creating jobs for other Americans. They say this works better than trickle-down economics because the poor are more likely to spend their money because they need to survive than the rich who have a surplus of wealth that they put in banks to continue to grow. On the other hand, many say by increasing the minimum wage, the rich will not be able to hire as many people, thus unemployment will go up and the amount of wealth circulating will go down because there are more homeless and more people without jobs and money to spend. This would be an undesirable result because currently unemployment is hovering about 8%. There you go. First off, we're going to be interviewing a small business owner to see how new minimum wage law will affect him and what will happen to his business if these laws pass. To start off, can you give us a little background on your company and your life?
I'm the sole proprietor of a paddleboard rental shop out by the state park in Chelan, Washington. I grew up in South Carolina. My mommy and daddy were both peach farmers. And then at the young age of 18, I came out west, went to WSU for college, go Cougs. I decided to get into entrepreneurship, and I started up my own little paddleboard company. And ever since then, it's just been smooth sailing, no pun intended.
Can you tell us how these laws would affect, or can you tell us how raising the minimum wage would affect your business?
I would say raising the minimum wage would affect a lot of sole proprietors of businesses like myself. Reduce profit margin, probably the biggest one obviously. The increase in payroll expense would reduce our profit margin. And with a reduced profit margin, it makes it a lot harder for small business owners like myself to innovate within our business and keep making ourselves better. With a limited cash flow, it's just, there's no room to grow really.
Do you think you'd have to lay off any of your workers if one of these laws went into effect?
Oh, definitely. There are a lot of, one of the biggest contributions I probably make to the community is hiring young kids, teens, still in school, getting part-time jobs for the summer. And I think the biggest problem there would be, I can't afford to pay like a $15 an hour wage for somebody who's still in high school just working part-time. And I don't think that's, I like to help out the kids and all, but I can't pay a full-time wage for a part-time worker.
All right, thank you for your time. We've heard some very convincing arguments from both sides. In our documentary, we're just trying to collect the facts, not come up with a solution, and we'd like you to draw your own conclusions from this. There have been numerous studies on both sides on the effect of the minimum wage on the economy and spending, and the results from both sides kind of contradict each other. At this point, there's no solid, hard evidence on what it will do to the economy. So I feel like you really have to look at it from a people standpoint and what you think is important and how you feel about minimum wage, whether you think small business and big business is more important than the worker, if the worker is more important than the business. We just like to lay the facts out for you, and the viewers at home can come up with their own conclusion based on the facts we've laid before them. Thank you for watching.
Today we'll be interviewing fry cook Robert E. Hansen. He is a fry cook making only minimum wage, trying to put his triplets through college, and we'll be asking his opinion about the matter. Sir, do you believe in raising the federal minimum wage?
I do. I've worked at Taco Bell for 11 years now, and I'm still making a minimum wage. I'm a 4-year-old man. Probably should have finished high school, but I didn't. And right now I'm providing a valuable service to the community, and they're just not paying me enough for it. I mean, this is hard work. And if they only want to give me $6 an hour, how am I supposed to support my kids and family?
So you mentioned your kids and family. How have they been directly impacted by this minimum wage that you are making?
Well, my triplets are currently in college. Probably shouldn't have had them all at the same time. It's a little spendy. And right now, I don't think they're going to be able to go next quarter because I have absolutely no money. $40,000 on my credit card debt. That was just to get them through the first 3 quarters. Well, 1 quarter for all 3 of them. So I'm basically paying 3 times the college tuition right now, making 1/3 the pay of every other American. And it's really hard. My wife also hasn't had a day off or a vacation in 14 years because I can't afford to take her on one. And the disappointment she looks at me when I come home, the disappointment in her eyes just kills me every day. I can't put up with it anymore, and I work hard for my money, and I think I should be paid enough for what I do.
Well, Mr. Hanson, would you mind showing us your $15 an hour taco you cooked up for us today? There is nothing in here.
Minimum pay, minimum service. Get off my lawn.